I want to begin my remarks this afternoon by addressing the urgent matter that's on the minds today of our students, faculty, and staff, and indeed our whole nation, namely President Trump's executive order regarding immigration. Let me begin by making clear where the college stands on this issue. Our mission statement commits us to challenge students to excel in the liberal arts, examine faith and values, and explore meaningful vocation in an inclusive, globally engaged community nourished by Lutheran tradition. Inclusive, globally engaged community is the key phrase in our mission that indicates not only that we welcome the people of the world to our campus and to our lives together, but also that we seek to engage with them in the life of the world. Guided by Lutheran tradition is another key phrase in our mission statement. We are a college of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, and the ELCA has a very clear position on the topic of immigration and of refugees. The mission of the Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Service, LIRS, states, witnessing to God's love for all people, we stand with and advocate for migrants and refugees, transforming communities through ministries of service and justice. And I know that there are many similar sentiments expressed and held by the many other faith traditions represented by members of our community. The college lives out its mission and values every day. We were recently recognized, for example, by the Institute for International Education as leading all undergraduate colleges in the United States for the 8th year in a row in the number of our students who study abroad. But we don't just export students. We currently enroll 256 non-resident aliens in our student body. That's a number that's risen dramatically in recent years through our partnership with the Davis World College, philanthropy, and other programs. There are also 33 U.S. permanent residents, these are green card holders, in our student body, and 98 students with dual citizenship, one of which is American. It is essential for this college to fulfill its mission that we have access to international students and scholars, and that they have access to the college. It's core to our values that people of the world are able to move freely in pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. The President's executive order, therefore, endangers our ability to accomplish our mission, and it contradicts our values. So we will take all necessary steps to support the members of our community and to lawfully oppose the actions taken by this executive order. Exactly how will we respond? First, and most practically, by exercising care for individuals. We've double-checked the whereabouts of all St. Olaf students from the 7 countries affected by this executive order. To our knowledge, all but one are presently in this country. Of course, we're all concerned about what the order means ultimately for their ability to complete their studies at St. Olaf, but for the moment they're safe. We believe that our affected students are secure as long as they stay in the U.S., but they're obviously deeply affected by the uncertainty of not being able to go home and the unknowns of what future policy decisions might bring. Many of our affected students have been into the International and Off-Campus Studies Office, and we're providing what support we can while we attempt to understand in a rapidly changing situation exactly what this executive order means. Our one student from an affected country who is not presently on campus is studying abroad for interim and spring semester. This student did not intend to return to campus until September, but is obviously concerned, as we are, that that return is in jeopardy. Fortunately, there's time between now and September for the situation to evolve and for us to work on that. We brought that student's case to the attention of our immigration attorney who's working with the student. We also have students abroad in Jordan and Turkey who are not citizens of the affected countries, but who are nervous about extra scrutiny at the airport. Given what we know now, they should be able to re-enter the U.S. without a problem, but to ensure that happens, the iOS office has been in contact with them as well. We have 18 students from these 7 countries affected by the executive order in our applicant pool for the class of 2021, and we've already admitted 2 of them. We're in contact with these students, encouraging them to stay connected with us until we see how the executive order actually plays out and meanwhile supporting them in any ways we can. We also understand that faculty and staff and family members of our students, our faculty and staff, may well be affected by this executive order. And in order to provide resources for all affected members of our community, our General Counsel reached out to a number of organizations that provide pro bono legal services. He anticipated the possibility that the new administration might take measures like this one, so he began these efforts immediately after the November election. And thanks to his foresight, we've arranged with the Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota to come to campus to assist impacted members of our community with understanding their rights and their legal options. And the ILC also provides legal services in some cases. They'll also provide information on how all of us can support our community members and their families. On the advice of the Immigrant Law Center, we've purposely scheduled this visit to take place in a few weeks rather than immediately, so that their lawyers will have a better understanding of these new policies and how to work with them. So I invite you to stay tuned for further information about this event and encourage anybody who has questions or concerns to attend it. What the college has already communicated regarding undocumented students also holds true for students who are foreign nationals studying here. If approached by immigration authorities or other law enforcement agencies and requested to provide personally identifiable information about students, we will comply with the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. We will decline to cooperate unless we are required to do so under a subpoena or a court order, in which case we will obey the laws of our state and country, because that's what happens in a country governed by laws. All the advice we're getting from our legal resources, from experts in immigration law, from the example of other institutions, is to take the time that's necessary to understand exactly the implications of this order so that we can know how best to respond to it. But in the meantime, we're going to protect our students to the extent that we're able under law. We'll provide resources to the members of the community so that they can respond to their individual situations. And we'll hold fast to the values articulated in our mission and lived out daily at St. Olaf College.